People think of the glitz and the glamour of Hollywood, right?
Right.
And I love that when they get here, that's not what it is at all.
No.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm like...
They're shocked by, like, the people on the street. They're like, oh, there's garbage everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like that old lady. It's like, welcome, honey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
Hello and welcome to DinnerViews. This is the show where I get to make a dream dinner for my amazing friends here in Hollywood and then interview them about their life, their career, and their views on the world. Today, I have an incredible guest with me. Come on up. Curly Velasquez.
Can't breathe down there.
Oh, I know. It's already hot in here.
No, I'm kidding. Oh my God.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming.
I already thanked you like 1,000 times for having me here, but I'm probably going to do it 1,000 more times. Just because, like, thank you.
Well,
this is so dope.
It's my joy to, like, cook for friends. So just, like, having you here and having company is, like, really fun.
And I fucking love food.
Good.
Like, I will eat anything. Like, it doesn't even matter how old it is. It could be sitting out for a week and a half, and I'm like, yeah, I'll eat that. So I'm, like, the best person to try new things with, I think.
Amazing. I love an adventurous food spirit.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. Like, that's just how I was raised. My dad was like, look, that's all we have in the house. That's...
Yeah. My parents were like, are you paying for dinner?
Exactly.
No, so eat it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My parents were like, this is all we have. This is what we're eating. Mm-hmm. Here you go. And then at my grandma's house, my grandma was like, I don't know how old that is. I don't know how long it's been sitting out for. Just eat it. And so I would just fucking eat it.
Hey, you know, you have to do what you have to do, you know? Okay, so essentially, I've kind of mentioned this to you already, but you have to work for the food here.
I can't believe that wasn't on the invitation or at all.
Listen, it can't be too easy. So the first thing is we have like a game, because I think, well, even before this, first, for people who don't know who you are, your handle is The Curly V Show.
The Curly V Show.
Yes, I do my homework.
Yes.
We worked together at BuzzFeed.
Yes.
We did some like tasty stuff together.
Yes.
You're the star of Paralike, which is one of my favorite branches of BuzzFeed.
I'm one of the stars. There are other stars.
Yes, there's many incredible people.
Yeah.
But for those of you people that maybe know that stuff, forget that. Give us your like abridged life story of Curly.
Super fast. I am a Latino, Latinx, queer artist born and raised in Hollywood, Los Angeles. I started in the canteen kitchen at BuzzFeed. I worked my way up. I became one of the lead talents on the team, and now I am a Latino who produces content for and by Latinos. I am all about the culture. I'm all about queer, femme, Latin culture, and I'm here to just uplift the community, and that's what I do.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, that's all I care about. Like, just like, how can I uplift people around me? What can I do? How can I like keep growing, but also like who can I throw on my back and like, come on, let's do this, you know?
And you can really sense that that passion with all the work you do.
Thank you so much.
And like, cause you know, just like, I like that you say you boost other people, because like not enough people do that.
I know,
it's so important.
It's so weird to me. I get so happy because I'm like, how do you not do that? Like, how do you get so stuck in like
your own thing
that you're just like I look at people and I'm like, you're so inspiring. Like, I'm looking at you and I'm like, whoa, this is so cool. Like, you have all your cooking tools and all your stuff, and I'm like, you're doing it in one of the biggest cities in the world, and I'm like, and you're doing it. And so I'm like, why would I not be like, what can I do?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then and other people like because other people have done it for me too.
Right. It's just passing the torch.
Yeah. Like, people watched me fucking like serve the lunches at BuzzFeed, and they were like, hey, do you want to make a video? And I'm like, sure. And here we are.
That's
you know?
funny. And here we are. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is a segment that I call Fast Food Favorites. Okay, so what you're going to do is essentially, in here is like a list of like names of different food items. Okay, and you're going to pick one out, and let's say it's like ice cream. You're going to tell me your favorite flavor of ice cream as fast as you can. And you're going to like list, and you're going to keep pulling more, all your favorite flavors, and then you're trying to get as many as you can under 1 minute.
Wait, I'm confused. No.
Yeah, it's
my brain is always like...
So you're going to... Yeah, you're gonna.
I wish you could see my brain. It goes like.
But yeah, so you'll grab names.
Okay, I'll go. Let's just say I grab a paper.
Yes, you'll read whatever it is. It'll be like burger or like grain. And you tell me your favorite burger topping, or whatever like favorite thing that comes to mind of flavor of that item. Okay. And then so you're trying to beat the other guests because they all have like a certain amount they got under 1 minute.
Wow.
Because I love to see people compete.
Wow. Who's the top?
So far the winner is Jaleesa.
Of course.
Yeah.
She's brilliant. She's like an A+ student, and I'm like the artsy student that was like, I don't care, give me a B. I don't care, give me an A. I mean, give me an A- or a B, whatever it is, what it is.
Yeah, she had 24, so you have to try and beat 24.
24 in how many seconds?
You have 60 seconds a minute.
What was her topic?
24 she got.
No, but what was her topic?
It was the same thing.
But I mean, she picked a random one and she got a random
No,
one?
so you do many. So you're trying to get as many of these as possible.
Oh, okay.
So like if you pull, so if you, it's like ice cream, you go like vanilla, and then it's like pasta, what's your favorite pasta? And you just like, keep going.
Okay. Oh man, okay.
Yeah.
And she got 24?
She got 24.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. Ready?
Maybe, as ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
And the reason why I do this is because I think you can really learn a lot about a person from their favorite foods, you know?
Well, we're about to learn that I'm a little on the slower end.
Well, that's all right, you know? If you have quality answers, maybe that's more important, right?
Cool.
Okay.
Let's do this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Well, see, I can't even turn it. Bread. And pan francés. Sorry, I'm Salvadoran. Vegetable. Tomatoes. Okay. Lettuce. Cabbage. Is that a thing?
Yep.
Salad toppings. Croutons. Rice. Brown rice. Common salad. What does that mean?
It's like your favorite like common you order in a restaurant.
A Cobb salad.
There you go.
Burrito filling. Beans. Cheese. Cheddar. Chip flavor. Barbecue. Bagel. Sesame seeds. Meat. Penises. Just kidding. Herb. Weed.
Hey, that counts.
Fruit. What did you call me? Just kidding. Bananas. Dessert. Pudding. Donut. Jelly donut. Glazed donut. Chocolate bar. Kit Kat. Snack. Lunchables.
Oh, there we go. That's
Damn.
it.
Okay.
That was good. You did really well.
I don't know why my voice was like the entire time.
I enjoyed it. It was funny.
Okay,
let's count them up.
Do you want to count it?
Yeah, let's do it together.
Okay. Here we go.
And then we'll like discuss the interesting ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Damn.
16, 17.
Wow.
That's about middle of the road, I'd say.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, that's good.
I don't want to be middle of the road. I want to be.
That's alright.
What else how else did we do?
So like we have like 15. I forgot to write her. I think she had like 13.
Damn.
16, 24 with Julissa, and
This
then
is insane.
15, 22 with Salorm. And then she got like 13 as well.
Wow.
So wait, so you're the 16?
I'm happy it's somebody from Federal like though. If
Yeah.
everyone was gonna take the cake and take the prize, it would be Julissa, and I'm happy.
Good. Yeah, she'll be
Good job,
happy
baby
to.
girl.
Great. So that was fast food favorites.
Yes, and all of my anxiety is showing itself.
Oh, it was charming. Don't feel bad.
That's just me, you know.
Okay, so then the next thing we're gonna do is a segment called What App, where you'll answer questions from social media apps while I give you an appetizer.
What app? I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. Okay, this is also like the way that I was in school. I was like, wait, when are we gonna pull out the art supplies? Okay, wait. So Tommy, you're gonna say WhatsApp.
So the app or the segment is called WhatsApp.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat an appetizer.
Yeah. Oh.
While you're answering questions from social media apps. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't hear that the first time you said
That's
it.
all right. That's all right. I'll be right back.
Dope. That looks beautiful.
Thank you. So this is gonna be with the main course as well, but I want you to kind of snack on this while we're answering some questions.
I wish you could see how much saliva is building up in my mouth right now. It's like.
And what's nice is, so before now, people had to like go onto the Instagram to see the food, but I actually filmed all this food like with the top-down setup. So like when I put our YouTube video up, this interview will be playing over the food being made.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, so people can actually go on YouTube or Instagram and see the food. And this is a salad made with.
So good.
Thank you. It's a salad made with sugar snap peas, shallots, radish, mozzarella. Like they're called ciliegine. And then there's peppercorns, basil, lemon juice, honey, salt, pepper. And the reason why I want to make it because it's like light and refreshing, and we're gonna have a heavy dinner.
Okay.
So I wanted to keep it bright, and then the snap peas and the radish are in season right now, so it's just a perfect way to kind of enjoy.
I have so many questions.
Yes, please.
What are these called again?
These are shallot, which are like kind of like milder onion.
How do you make that? How do you do you buy it like that?
You buy just like a thing about a red onion.
Yeah.
And they come kind of like that, and you just peel them and slice them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is so good. I also always talk about how coming from a family who came over from El Salvador in the 80s, and we're thrown into this American life. There's a lot of things that growing up, I wasn't really exposed to a lot of different dishes and a lot of different things. So I'm always like, I don't know what that is. Like, I'm still learning, you know? Like, when I was younger, the first time I had ever heard couscous, I thought the person saying it to me was just making a noise.
Yeah.
Like,
what?
I don't understand. Should I eat like 3 at once or should I try one at a time?
You can do whatever you want, but I always say whenever I try food, I always try the first bite with a little bit of everything, and then I try each thing individually, and then I just keep eating. But like I like to try things separate and together.
I'm so excited. I wish that people at home could smell this. Like,
yeah, that's right. It's nice and fresh.
It smells so good. It definitely smells fresh. It definitely my body knows that it's gonna like it. It's literally like, hurry up and put it in your mouth.
Good, so chomp away. Yes, and I'll pull up some questions for you.
Oh my god. That is so good.
Yay. So the first thing, let's start off light. So this person, Bianca Dona Leon, she sent in a question, and you can either send in questions on Instagram, you can leave them in the YouTube comments, or I have a Patreon if you want to send an actual video question in of you. Curly or any guest can watch that video and answer you live on the show.
Oh yeah.
But that didn't happen this week. In the future, go to Patreon to send in some video questions. But this is from Instagram, and she asks, do you do anything to your luscious curls, or do you just let them free and be all natural?
I do a little bit of both, to be honest. I wash my hair like once every 3 days.
Okay.
Or once every 4 days. I shower every day or every other day. But with my hair, like, wet curly hair is the worst. Like, you're just like...
If I shower every day, I'm like a fro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing is like, I wish I had the fro right away. I have day one curls, and your curls are like, just like super intact. Like super, they're too pretty. Like, do you remember the scene in Beauty and the Beast where they give Beast like the makeover and he comes up with like curls? And it's like, I feel like that. And so I'm like, oh no, that's not me. So I like it to get like a little bit bigger and the curls to break a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. Like, this hair was like the worst part of myself growing up. Like, I was like, I don't know what to do with it. And now it's like the thing that gets celebrated the most, you know?
Yeah.
But to be fair, I use a lot of Diva Curl. Like, that's like my...
Oh, is that a certain brand?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And if you're a curly person, get yourself a microfiber towel, and then get some Diva Curl. Okay. Yeah. This is banging, by the way.
Good. Yeah. There's plenty more, and then we have the actual dinner coming up pretty soon.
Don't play with me. I will put this on the bowl.
But yeah, because some people were like saying like, oh, like, you know, because you used to have like the larger, like, you know, big hair, and then when you had like the haircut, I was like, curly. Really? It looked good. Yeah, I love the shaved sides. And you still have like your, you know, normal curls, but yeah, I like it. It looks really good.
It really like changed my look.
It did.
And I felt like liberated in a sense. Like,
did you feel trapped by like the image of keeping that hair, or what?
No, I liked it. The thing is that it always changed my look a lot.
Right.
And before I like started at BuzzFeed, it was something that I just did. And I feel like, you know, people have a certain image of you and they expect you to look a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And I was worried that they were going to expect me to be
the same.
Big hair all the time.
Yeah.
Even when I was thicker, when I started at BuzzFeed, I was like similar to this size.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you eat all the junk food and you gain weight. And then I went sober. And so when I went sober, I gained a bunch of weight, because basically a lot of times they tell you like, look, if it's between the hamburger or the drink, have the hamburger.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm about to have 3 hamburgers.
Yeah.
So I had fun. And so like, you know, even like losing the weight, cutting my hair, kind of like getting my health in order, like people don't always want that. They like you to stay the way that they want you to.
When they choose, they like you and they want to follow you, they're like, that's the way you should be till you die. It's like, no, we're humans, we're always evolving. But kind of in that same vein, one of the questions, this is from Jose Dovalina, and he or she asks, what was your biggest fear when transitioning from the kitchen to Paralike at BuzzFeed?
Oh my God, I still have that fear. I like, I constantly have like imposter syndrome. But I'm super upfront. Like, I'm the person where like, I will tell you my weaknesses and I will tell you my strengths. So like, even to this day, like I still have camera trouble. I still have like trouble with lighting, but I'm super like.
Same. Like I have to learn that stuff as I go. I don't know any of the terms. So like, this is like the C3 whatever. I'm like,
I don't fucking know. Just point the camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing with me is, I'm like, if you know, teach me. I'll probably forget it, because again, my brain works in the way of like, let's get this shot, or like, who are we getting in to do this, or like, it's thinking like, what line is gonna be funny, you know? But I think that like really owning where you are like will always be your greatest weapon.
Yeah.
You know? Like a lot of people will be like, let me help you. Oh, you don't know what that is? I know what it is. Let me help you. I think that when you start to act like you know everything and clearly you don't, people can read it.
Yeah.
It's like a weird thing, you know?
It's better just to be honest.
But the fear is still there. I still have it every day. I've been doing video longer than when I was in the kitchen.
Like afraid they're gonna like kick you out and go back.
I get worried that they're gonna be like, how did he get this job? And I'm just like, look, bitch, I was holding and stocking the soda fridge one week, and the next I was holding a camera.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's inspiring, you know?
You
just
know?
like, because obviously you got it because you were just being yourself, and that's such a great lesson and message, you know?
Definitely be yourself. I get creative in the kitchen. Like, I had to like put out the lunches. I had to serve it for some of them. And when I was stocking things, like, I could have just been that person in the kitchen that was like, hello. Like, but when you came into my kitchen, my little canteen, I would be like, oh my God, like, what's up? How are you? Like, what do you want? Do you want some cookies? Like, I got you, I'll be right back. Or you'd be like, oh, we're out of Oreos. I'm like, I got you, I'll be right back. And it didn't matter what time of day it was. It didn't matter how many requests were in. I always took care of you.
Yeah. And
so I think that it really translated. And when I would do my lunch show, like I would get on my skateboard and I would howl and I would announce the lunches, and it was like an event.
Yeah.
Like, we about to eat motherfucking lunch. And I think that just kind of like, people were like, oh, what can we do? I had also had this whole full career before going there of being in the creative world. Like, I had already worked with David LaChapelle, who's a huge photographer, Jeremy Scott, who like heads up Moschino. Like, I had had this thing, so people were kind of like, how did he end up serving our lunch?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was like, I don't fucking know, but here we are.
Yeah.
Don't smoke, it's awful, but that was like me, you know? Yeah. So it's just a thing, but I live with it on the daily. Like, but...
Imposter syndrome is really hard. It's real and it's hard. Real. Yeah.
But as long as I think that you, I'm sure you feel that way too, right?
Yeah, like, especially now that I'm now kind of on my own again, I just was like, how did I even get there? And I'm lucky I got the opportunity. But I think throughout that whole 2 years I was at BuzzFeed, I felt like all these people know what they're doing, and all I know is the food. So like I can fake my way through other things, but like it's the constant fear of like, oh, they're gonna figure out I'm a fraud, right? Yeah. And that's very real. But then as time goes on, you realize, oh, I'm really good at this, and not only am I good at it, I'm better than some people, and or if even not better, maybe have like a deeper passion for it, right? So it just like I ended up earning and feel like I made my place there, but you still had those moments of like, second guessing yourself, you know?
Do you feel like like, you know how I was like, oh, I'm a gangster at creative shit. Do you feel like you're a gangster at food?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like I would always say to people, for most of like tasty producers, like it was like an equal job, like the production and the editing and like the food for them. And even though like I cared more about the food, when it came to brain power, I would use maybe 5%. It was like I didn't have to even think about planning a recipe that hard. Like I could just like write it easy. I didn't have to like test it ever. It was so like the easiest part of my job was doing the food. The hardest part was like meetings and like having to like schedule things and like editing new things I didn't understand. So like the food was so easy. So I was like easy.
I love that too. Because even like for me when it comes to cooking, I'm super like, because I didn't grow up learning how to cook and I'm still learning about food in general, I was like, I hope he's bringing that over here. Thank you so much. I get really insecure about cooking. Okay. Yeah, so I'm super like for my boyfriend or whoever, like I'm like, or whoever I'm cooking for, I'm like, look, bitch, I'm still learning. You know what I mean?
Bear with me.
Yeah, so I'm like, be kind.
Yeah.
But also I feel like I've been saying I'm still learning for like the past 4 years, so maybe I should think of something new.
Well, now you can say I'm practicing.
I'm practicing. Oh, that's a good one.
Right? Because that's the thing is, and if people tell you, so like I'm comfortable in the kitchen, but I will never say I know everything because you can be the best chef in the entire world, world renowned. There's always more to learn. You can go to a small little country and there's like some grandma there making food that you've never even heard of. So it's like there's always more to learn. So with food, you're always practicing, you're always learning, and that's how you get better. It's just like, because like even now, or even when at BuzzFeed, when I didn't have to cook every day because we had food there, I still almost every single meal I eat is one I've cooked myself. So like it's like repetition every day.
Who makes the best food that you've ever tried?
Who does?
Yeah, like who are you like hands down? That's the best food I've ever had.
Like what, at BuzzFeed, in my life?
In your life. Like, do you think your mom makes the best food?
Well, I think a lot of people have childhood memories attached to food. So yeah, I would say a lot of things, not because my mom can make it better than like chefs I've worked under or whatever, but just like it reminds me of home. And that is kind of more important than it being finely chopped or whatever, right? So
do you think you're a better cook than your mom now?
I would say I have a wider range of skills, but she's amazing at what she does, and I can't. There's been times I try to make her recipes for certain things. I'm like, well, hers tasted better.
Yeah.
So it all just like depends on what the aim is. If it's a wealth of knowledge, I think I know a little bit more than her. But when it comes to just like nailing what she's great at, I can't beat her. Yeah.
What's like her like specialty?
A lot of sweets. Like she makes like really great like jam bars, so, like apricot jam bars, raspberry jam bars, lemon bars. She'll make like amazing cakes. Yeah.
I love that. I'm a sucker for moms. I'm a sucker for parents. Like, I don't know you, but if I meet your mom, I'm like, oh my god.
She's sweet, Amy.
Well, next time Miss Amy's in town and she's bringing some of her jam bars, I will be back. Like, I would love to try some of her jam bars.
Great.
Yeah, it'd be so dope.
They haven't even come out to LA yet though, so I have to like make sure they come out sometime.
Yeah,
soon.
they need to. You need to come out.
Yeah,
if
Mom,
you're watching this, and try some of the salad.
Yes. Okay, so this is from the Jimmy Nation, and he always sends really nice questions. He wants to know, how did you come out to your family? Because it's different for every gay person.
So the way that I came out was completely by accident.
Okay.
And back in the day, like when you had your screen name on AOL, you also had like a profile. You had a profile. So if you were cool, you were on people's profiles and you were on people's pages. And so one time I got an email from somebody who was like, check out my profile. And I don't know why I thought it was a friend that maybe had shouted me out. So I went to go look, and it ended up being a Dom porn site, like a what is it called? Like a leather Dom.
Like Sadomac.
Like S&M.
S&M, there we go.
S&M, is that what it's called?
Yeah, probably.
S&M?
Bondage?
Bondage? You can clearly tell.
Leather.
We're vanilla, for sure.
Yeah. Remember, Amy's watching. No.
Amy! So later on, the internet stopped working. And my dad was like, I'm going to go fix it. And when he went to go look, he checked the history. So not only had I visited this Dom site, but I had also looked up a lot of photos of Brad Pitt.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That he'll always do us in, you know?
And I was like crying, and he was like, tell me. Are you gay? And I was like, I'm crying because I thought my dad was a military man. He was like macho, Latino, like super like machismo, like los hombres no hacen eso, like men don't do that, men don't wash dishes, men don't iron, like type of thing. And so here I was like this gay dude, right? And so my mom was upstairs and I'm crying and I'm screaming for her because I'm like, bitch, you better help me, like something's about to go down. And I think she was just listening because I think she also wanted to know. And at the time, I still was questioning my sexuality. Like, I was attracted to women. I was attracted to men. I just didn't really understand it. But, you know, nowadays I'm a little bit more fluid. We'll say that.
Right.
I'm more fluid. Yeah. So I came out, and then that was it. Yeah. And my mom hugged me, and I was crying in her arms, and she caressed me, and she's like, you know, it's also okay to masturbate. And that was the only advice she ever gave me.
Wow.
And then the next day, I just remember I woke up, and I was like, I guess I have to go to sit down at the breakfast table now.
Yeah. Normal life goes on.
Yeah, and that's all I remember. Yeah. And they were super sweet. Like, in the beginning, it was really hard for them. Like, they couldn't understand it. Yeah. But eventually, they came around, and my dad was like, got to the point where he was like, can I go to Gay Pride and like hold a sign for you?
Wow.
Like, can I support you?
Wow.
He would make my mom go with him. I was like, no, I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to find a man at Gay Pride. That's the only place that I could find somebody. Please don't go.
Yeah.
He would go. I think what made it interesting for me too is that I kind of never had the ability to hide. I've always been more on the feminine side. Right. I never could hide it, and so it wasn't like a huge reveal. Yeah. It was like, it's just a matter of time.
They were kind of like preparing themselves all through your childhood.
I would just like, I had my little tank top, I would like flip the things, like stick my head through, and I'd pretend that I was Selena, and I was wearing like a little crop top. I would record myself, and I would be like, amor prohibido, and it's just like, they would catch the tapes. They'd be like, what's this? And so there was no I would write love letters to boys. My mom would like find them, and she's like, "Oh, maybe William's a girl." You know what I mean? Like, my parents are so nice now. Like, they want to know about my boyfriend. They want to know about everything. Like, they're like, I think an important thing for them is that when they're no longer here, knock on wood, because I want them here forever.
Yeah.
They want to make sure that I have a family, and I think in the way that I help to take care of them now, hopefully somebody will take care of me, like when I have my family.
Yeah. So that's all the questions for now. I have more when we have the actual food, but so that was what app. The next segment is Dream Dish.
I'm paying attention.
Yes, you are. Dream Dish. So while I get the food and dish you the food, you have to dish for us either like a secret or something that people don't really know about you that you want to share, or it can be like a subject that people might not know enough about that you want to share about.
What about if I dish about how I used to be a hoe?
Do it.
Okay. Damn.
Because I've had my hoe phase too.
So I truly believe that everybody should have a hoe phase.
Yeah.
Because I used to be a hoe. There are certain rules though about how to hoe. Oh my god, this looks so good. Like how to hoe. Should I move this so people can see it?
Sure, yeah.
How to hoe like correctly. Like I actually would hoe with individuals, because I was not limited to just men, who were a little bit older than me.
Okay.
Because if you sleep around in your own age group, especially in Hollywood, like in a city, people will always be like, they'll talk about you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like if you hook up with someone who's like 10 years older, they're gonna tell you their friends who are 10 years older and you don't know them and they don't know you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, now I'm like a super good boy. Like I'm super like, no, like I have to go on like a few dates with people. I actually make people wait for months before I sleep with them.
Good. Yeah. I think that's what I've learned from like my whole phase too, is like it's good to kind of get it out of your system and like learn from it, but then you realize your own self-worth, and then you're kind of like, I don't want the bad sex. I don't want like the annoying, like that was like a dud relationship. So you're like, prove to me you're worth it. And then we can have fun.
Yeah, I tell everybody too, I'm like, look, you need to have a whole phase. Yeah. Like my boyfriend probably won't want to know about this, but everybody should have a whole phase. You need to try different people. Be safe.
Yes.
Be safe. Try different people. Because I feel like when you get to the person that you like, you'll be a really good lover because you'll know all these tricks. Yeah. You know what I mean? On the flip side too, I also feel like not everybody can be a hoe. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like a thing where like you don't want to kind of be known either. Like I don't want to be known as a hoe. Like, oh, he's not anything because he's a hoe. It's a thing about like be classy and be classy about your hoe-ness. Yeah. You know?
Say you're in a time of self-exploration.
Yeah. I mean, ask every D that you want to, but like just do it on the low, you know? Do we dig in?
So I'm gonna get a little bit of explainer. Okay. So this is a lamb ragu.
I mean, you dug in without me, but it's
I had one bean. I didn't have the lasagna. So this is a lamb lasagna. So
just say lamb.
Like lamb ragu. So this is like lamb ragu. So it's made. So you make a ragu with lamb, carrot, onion, celery, garlic.
Like a lamb, like an actual lamb.
Like ground lamb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then there's tomato paste, tomatoes. You love tomatoey stuff. You said.
I love tomatoey stuff.
Red wine. I was actually gonna say it was a bottle, but I actually ended up using it in the food.
Beautiful. Perfect. I don't drink, so this is perfect.
Okay. And then is it problem if it's in the food?
I don't think no. Usually, if it's cooked in the food, it's fine.
It's cooked like 2 hours.
It's cooked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of cheese. And there's like a garlic pecorino bechamel sauce. And then there's lasagna noodles and basil.
What's bechamel sauce?
Bechamel is a creamy sauce made from flour and butter, making a roux, so it's like a thick paste, and then you add in milk, and it's like a creamy like Alfredo sauce, basically. That's bechamel.
Wow.
So that's like what, so you have like layers of the bechamel and the tomato ragu.
I fucking love lasagna.
Good.
I love lasagna. I love anything tomatoey. I think like when you were like, what's your ideal thing? I was like, you know what, like. Anything tomatoey, and like do whatever. Like if you want to try something new, try something new. And I've never actually had lamb lasagna. Okay,
I hope you like it then. It's honestly, it won't taste very much different than beef. It's very similar. If anything, lamb is just like a little bit more earthy, but you're gonna taste like a good normal lasagna.
How should I dive in? Should I start over
you can try the ragu. You can cut through the noodles and eat like a square. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
But yeah, I wanted to do lasagna because you said you loved it, and then I've only ever done for Tasty like more like kind of American lasagnas and not like more kind of classier ones. So I'm like, oh, this is a great chance to do a classier.
Is this a classy lasagna?
A classier
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, you can go like way more like fromage with it, but this is really good. So
Fromage is cheese.
Yeah,
Right. So
yeah.
you can
like fancy cheeses, you can do like wild mushrooms, you can do like all this crazy stuff. But this
What's
is
like bootleg lasagna?
bootleg, as in
Yeah.
like easy,
Like,
like Stouffer lasagna.
You got like the fromage, and then you got like that's a bootleg.
I'd say like a package.
Like is Olive Garden lasagna?
I don't know if it had there, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, so Stouffer's is like I say like the most basic bootleg one, but I think it's so fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
like I love fancy food, but I never had the Stouffer's growing up. Like
Yeah.
my parents, when my parents would make food, but like my friends would have it at their house. I'm like, it's so good. I want to have more, and I'd like, Mom, Dad, buy it, and they never would. But yeah, so I'm a sucker for some Stouffer's.
I love like tomato. I would eat like a tomato whole. I would fucking stick a straw in a Prego jar.
yeah,
Like,
I love marinara.
I mean, like everything.
Yeah.
Cheers! I'm so
Cheers.
excited. Cheers!
Cheers! Oh, see, I knew that was gonna happen.
Damn.
That's all right. The food fell, but that's all right. It's
Eat
still.
it. You better eat it.
Oh, I'm going to. So yeah, enjoy.
Oh my god. That is so good. That's so good.
Good.
Mmm.
You have 6 more slices to eat.
Oh, cool. Don't play with me. Don't threaten me with a good time. Mmm.
But yeah, okay. So.
You know,
Oh,
the sauce is just right.
good.
It's perfect.
Yay.
Like, sometimes people play with their sauces, I feel. Like, they add too much salt, or they don't let the tomato really have its flavor. But this is so good.
Thanks.
Also, there's like a crispiness in this that is just like, even better.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the biggest important thing with cooking is time. It's like the longer you cook something down. And it's like this like stewed for like 4 hours. No, the sauce did.
This is so good. Oh my god. Mmm. The cheese is so good.
I love it when it's like gooey in the center and like kind of crispy on the edges.
Mm-hmm. So like, how long does something like this take to make?
Well, my timing is skewed because I had to film it, so all day.
Wow.
But usually like, so it's like about 2 to 4 hours for, you have any napkins over there? Mm-hmm. 2 to 4 hours for like the sauce, and then like the bechamel is like 5 minutes, and then you just like kind of layer it. I used to do like regular lasagna noodles that had like the curly edges that you boil first.
Yeah.
But this is like one where you buy the package and it's like oven ready, so it soaks in the liquid as it's baking. And this is my first time trying it. It's so much better. Like I'm
That's so good.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like I'm eating like a cow over here.
Good.
I keep dropping everything.
Listen,
I'm like, oh.
there is no shame here. This is all about food, love. So eat however you want, Curly.
I mean,
But yeah, 4 hours I would say for lasagna.
since I'm learning,
Yeah.
what did I say? Since I'm practicing,
You're practicing, yeah.
that sounds like a good idea. To use like lasagnas that are already ready to go.
Yeah.
What would I call that?
Well, it's just like, so like you can buy lasagna noodles that you have to boil first and then you put in. But these, like, I can show you the package later on, but it's just like all you do is like, instead of cooking them and then putting them in the pasta, when you're layering, you just put in like the dry noodle. And then as long as like the sauce is a little bit more liquidy, it like helps cook the pasta as it's baking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I didn't eat that much today because I'm about to like tear this lasagna
Good,
up.
good.
I feel like this is like the quickest way to like get somebody in your life too. Like you know how to cook well for them. Like my boyfriend don't cook at all, so I'm like, what are we both gonna do?
I'm not gonna lie, it really attracts people easily. They're like, you're a chef? I'm like, yep. They're like, can you marry me? I'm like, this is your second message to me.
There's like this like cockiness when you're like, I know how to cook. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're like,
I think people instantly are like, oh, this person can provide for me, which I think helps, which is it is nice. Like
and for me, I think like this person is looking to build a home. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they know how to do it, and like it does take a skill.
Yeah.
You know what's funny when people sometimes are like, I know how to cook, and then you eat their food and you're like, it needs a little salt. Like that happens to me a lot too. Where I meet people who are like, I know how to fucking cook and I'm a gangster, and then I like will have their food and I'm like,
Can you pass the salt, please?
yeah, can I have a little bit more salt? Like, do you have lime and chile somewhere? Like, I need a little. But this needs nothing.
Yeah, good.
How do we get more?
What do you mean? I can serve you more.
Is that okay?
Also, the reason why it's like half gone is because when Hector came here yesterday to get the light, we ate like half of it.
Oh, I noticed.
Because, I know, I felt bad, but I was like, we had worked so long, and I was like, oh, I'm really hungry.
No, you know what? I love that. Like, that's like me, because I'll like go to your party, and I'm like, I'm bringing the chips, and then by the time I get there,
it's halfway gone, yeah.
Yeah, I've already gotten to the chips. I'm like, look, I fucking... Whatever, who cares? No, please, this is fucking delicious. You guys deserve to try it.
Yeah, well, so and now there'll be a recipe video so everyone can make it at home.
I'm gonna fucking make this at home.
Yay! Send me photos when you do. Okay, so now we're eating, we're enjoying the food. Let's get into the actual dinner view. Okay.
Oh wow, I thought this was okay.
Like we are doing it, but like I also want to like dive deeper into who Curly is as a person.
We're gonna kill that whole thing.
Good. Like that was the goal.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I apologize in advance.
Why are you?
It's so good.
This is the goal. Like, see, honestly too, because I usually eat kind of healthy and like kind of meal preppy on my normal day, so it's nice to like treat myself with friends like this.
Same, yeah. I mean, I'm going to the gym tomorrow, so it's fine. It's
right.
Like, whatever, Heather. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, so let's start off with, you know, I always go back to like people's life story, right? So you were born and bred here in Los Angeles.
My parents came over from El Salvador in the 80s during the Civil War, and for some reason settled in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Of all places. I'm from Melrose and Vine. Went to school around there. All of my best friends are from the Hollywood area. Every boy that I dated is from the Hollywood area.
So wait, did you go to Hollywood High School then? Because I walk by that every day, or no?
I wish.
Oh, okay. Why that was it better? Or?
Well, so by the time I was in 8th grade, so I was outed by like the 7th grade, and then
wow, young.
And so by the time it was like time for high school, there was a big fear of bullies, because I was bullied my entire life. Like I was always like super like everybody. I was too nice. Everybody wanted something to say. People were like making fun of my hair. So if they weren't making fun of my hair, they're making fun of my sexuality. If they weren't making fun of my sexuality, they're making fun of my clothes, because I always like to dress differently.
Right.
If they weren't making fun of my clothes, they were making fun of the car that I got dropped off in. There was always like something. And so I didn't go to Hollywood High. I wanted to go.
Just because it was more like normal for the kids?
I just remember thinking like, whoa, like the kids, we used to drive past Hollywood High all the time. My dad went there. A lot of people who like come up in Hollywood go there. They were like, you're going to the Valley. So I went to the Valley, and I went to this awesome school, Providence High School, which is a pretty good school. It's super amazing.
Okay.
But the minute I could get out of school, once it turned 3 o'clock, I would go to like one of my besties' house in Eagle Rock, or I was like, take me back to Hollywood. So I go right back to Hollywood, and I've had the same best friends my entire life. Like I said, we're all from Hollywood, and so I would always come back. Like I would spend my weekends there.
Right.
I would spend the summers there. I would never leave anywhere. That's all I wanted to be. You know.
So I had a perception of Hollywood before I moved and lived here, and I think a lot of people around the world have a perception of Hollywood. But you being here, what would you say is like the biggest misnomer about Hollywood, and what's like an amazing thing about Hollywood that people don't know?
People think of the glitz and the glamour of Hollywood, right?
Right.
And I love that when they get here, that's not what it is at all.
No.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm like...
they're shocked by like, you know, the people on the street. They're like, oh, there's garbage everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like that old lady. It's like, welcome, honey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't... And I think that's my favorite part about Hollywood, too, is that it's so gritty.
Yeah.
And so different neighborhoods that we were growing up with, like whether you were from Inglewood, whether you're from Compton, or whether you're from Linwood or South Central, whatever, everybody had their different things. Everybody was dealing with different things. So it's like, I think Hollywood people don't always necessarily claim hoodness, but we claim a little bit of hoodness and ratchetness because it was crazy out here.
Yeah.
Like we would get chased by homeless people coming from out of school. You know what I mean? So I think that the sad part is that people expect like clean ass streets. You're not going to get clean streets in Hollywood.
No.
You know? They're a lot cleaner now than they were before, I will say this.
Okay.
But you're also, I think that this is still the place of dreams. You know what I mean? Like people come here, you see celebrities everywhere. You could literally be at a restaurant, be next to a really big actor, actress, a big producer, a big director, you don't even know who they are, a huge artist. And you go to the same restaurants, you go to the same stores, you go to the same things, and it's like, maybe not all of them because I don't like spending money like a celebrity. But I'm just saying, like, you know, you could walk into like a little boutique somewhere on Sunset and then turn around and it's like, I don't know, Christina Aguilera or some shit. You know?
Or I love like there's times, because obviously like a lot of music videos, a lot of like, you know, commercials, all of things are shot here too.
Yeah.
So I love like.
Yeah. What do you like?
Well, I love like I'll just like be watching like a random thing on TV, and maybe it's like a sitcom or something, and I'm like, oh, that's outside my door, or like, oh, I've been there like last week.
Yeah.
And that's really cool.
You live like right in the heart.
I'm
too.
right in Hollywood. Like
I used to go to a club down here all the time.
Also just like people from all around the world come here, and like so growing up in Minnesota, like everyone was like friendly and wonderful there, but it's very homogenous in a lot of ways. And Hollywood is like the exact opposite of that. And I love that. Like it's like almost like every new face you see, every new person you meet, it has like a wealth of stories. Whereas like everyone back home is like the same. You know, so it's like I love that about Hollywood.
I love that too, because I grew up with so many different ethnicities, cultures, races. Like I never was afraid. I never felt like I never was bombarded with stereotypes in a way that I didn't understand that they were just stereotypes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it was like Asian people are like this, Black people are like this, Latino people are like this. I'm like, maybe to you, but the ones that I know.
Exactly, because you have multiple examples of different
and multiple
people.
examples growing up. Like I grew up with so many different people. Like every stereotype that people would throw at me, I was like, not me, because this family over here just brought me in and fed me. So I don't think that they, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not what Brenda's like. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
more for you.
Yes, please. It's that good, y'all.
Yeah.
It's that good.
You're gonna be full tonight. Everyone I say, I want them to like leave larger. I can just roll them out home.
Please roll me out. Roll me back into that kitchen. But it was good. I love the city. Like I haven't been anywhere else in the world that I'm like, I fuck with it. It's the right amount of excitement, but not too crazy. I can get in my car, not deal with anybody, and afford the Uber.
Yeah.
I don't have to get into a subway system. I don't have to walk with a lot of people. I know the streets. I know the culture. I can dig my feet into the soil and feel the culture that is here.
What I love about it is like, cause I lived in New York for college, and I went to New York City a lot, like for trips and stuff. And that was not my vibe. There was just too much happening all at once. But I love LA because it's still like one of the busiest and most happening places in the world.
Yeah,
But like you can totally feel secluded. You can totally be in your own bubble, or like go off to like the the nature. If I were to ever leave the house, you know.
I love your like the nature, the home.
But yeah, so it's like much more spread out, much more relaxed, which is so I love LA too. Okay, I know you are very close with your Abuelita Gladys. Yeah,
I know. You.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I love the tasty video you did with Katie. And then like I think everyone in a certain sense like likes to think they're close with their grandparents, but you guys, it's another level. It's like beautiful. So tell us about Gladys and like why she's so special to you.
So Gladys is my grandmother, who is equally as insane as me. In El Salvador, we have like a lot of volcanoes. We, as if I was born there, they have a lot of volcanoes. And so my dad always used to say that we were very proud of like our indigenous roots, and that we came from like a community in El Salvador from Los Faldas del Volcán, which is like the skirts of the volcano.
Oh,
like
cool.
The volcano. Wow. We don't know a lot because in El Salvador, being native or being black is looked down upon tremendously, to the point that people ignore it, people don't talk about it, at least in the way that I was told, the way that I was taught.
Right.
I can't speak because I don't live there. I can't speak on how it is now, right? But my grandmother carries a lot of what I believe is the spirit of El Salvador in her. She has, my dad says that somos gente del volcán, so we're volcano people.
Oh, wow.
And my grandmother, to me, carries the fire that she really instilled in me, the passion, the energy that is deeply connected to the earth, but the strength, exactly. The kind of like the ability to be powerful and just be, and not necessarily be a moving force like a storm. It's just all this power that's centered in one space.
Wow.
My grandmother is my connection to my roots. Like I ask her, like, tell me about your mom. So she talks about how her mother had a hard time speaking Spanish because she was still holding on to her language, whatever language that was, which they don't know about. I learned about different words. In Salvadorian Spanish, we have a slang which is called caliche, and it's a mixture of indigenous words with our Spanish words. Okay. So a lot of times I ask her, like, I don't know what that means, and she'll teach me, like, "O tú no sabes qué quiere decir esa palabra?" Like, you don't know what that word means? And I'm like, no, and she'll teach me.
Oh, wow.
A lot of the things, and I was basically raised with her. Like I grew up with her. Like every day after school, I would go to my grandma's house. She would raise me. That's where I was. Right. I would color, and I wasn't allowed to play with dolls growing up. And my grandmother would let me play with my cousin's dolls. Oh. And my grandma would be like, your parents get out of work at 4, so you better put those Barbies away by 4:30. And then your mom won't see it and we won't say anything. And it was like our own little secret. And it was really cool because what's funny is that when I came out, my grandma was like, oh my God, like, no.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if that was just like a thing, like to show face with the family. She's like, oh, yes, porque? She's like, you better. I don't know. She wasn't the best with family. With me, she was always super kind. And like now she's like, how's your boyfriend? How are you? Like she's all about the gays. She's like, I'm gonna throw a party with my gay friends and my lesbian friends and you're not invited. And I'm just like,
wow.
First of all, like I'm like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But you have 2 gay friends. I don't know what to tell you. But the connection is that there's a strength in people thinking that you're a little left of center, because then you can kind of just fuck with them and be like, I know exactly what I'm doing, homegirl. Like I know what I'm doing. And she's like that. Like my grandmother is just like all over the place. She's a Latina Grey Gardens, you know? And I'm just very lucky to have, I feel very privileged to be her grandkid.
Oh, wow.
Maya Angelou said this thing about her mother passing away. She said that her mother was a great woman and she felt like she deserved a great daughter and she got one in her. And I feel like, it's not to blow smoke up my own ass, but I feel like my grandmother was an incredible human being.
Yeah.
She had 3 husbands. She didn't fuck around. She would throw their plates against the wall if they fucked with her. She's single now, you know what I mean? I'm not saying do this because you don't want to be like 100 years old and single, right?
Right.
But she went through a lot. Abuse, like all the sorts of abuse that you could imagine. And she deserved a good grandkid who will pick her up and drive her around. A good son. My dad is a great son. My tia, her family, they love her and we love her. And I think that like we go the extra mile to kind of recognize the trauma that she came from and kind of be like, what can we do now? You know?
Love that.
Like, I just think, like, this is, like, a little Salvadorian girl who went through so much shit. Like, little did she know that her grandson would grow up to make videos and be like, let's make a video. And then it'll go viral.
Yeah.
You know?
And now she's, like, she's her own star.
She's her own
star. She's a star.
She literally gets more likes on my Instagram than I do. I'm like, Gladys, this is officially your Instagram. Which makes me happy.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy to be able to give this to somebody who never saw this coming.
Yeah.
Never saw it coming. And when we do things together, like I cut her a check too. Like I'm like, no. Like, we just did a gig together. I like paid her and she ended up buying a ticket to El Salvador. And I had a little giggle. I was like, oh, like that's so cool. Like I paid for her ticket to El Salvador. And then I was like, actually, no, you paid for it. Like you worked. Yeah. And that's your money. Like you earned that money. And I just feel so blessed to be this queer Latin kid that's a crazy ass Salvadorian grandma. Yeah. And that's literally like my favorite type of content to put out right now on my own Instagram, because it's like I get to talk about my heritage and my culture, which is Central American. My abuelito always says that like nosotros venimos del centro de América. Like we are from the center of America. And that's where our lineage is from. And I think it's like Central Americans don't get a lot of love. We don't see ourselves in media ever. Right. We don't see ourselves represented in music and anything. Right. And so it's like an honor for me to kind of be like, here we are, this old lady and this queer boy. Yeah. And we're learning about it. Yeah. And we're learning about ourselves. We're hoping to teach you. We're hoping that we learn from you. And it's just great. Like I feel really good and really thankful.
Did she come when your parents came over? Or did she come later on?
My grandmother came a little earlier.
Oh, wow, she started it.
Yeah,
Good
my
for
grandma
her.
came over a little earlier. My grandmother's apartment was like the apartment that everybody would come to first.
Of course.
Her apartment's almost like the size of this, actually. Okay. And then she has like a little bedroom on the side. But she would like pack everybody in. So her apartment and the apartment below her were was the first stop for a lot of undocumented immigrants to come over in the 70s and the 80s.
Okay.
Which is interesting now because now there's like a sweet little family that lives there, and I'm like, oh, you don't even know.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
or they might know.
Wait, are they El Salvadorian too, or oh, okay, just like they don't realize the history behind it. Wow, interesting.
Or they might. But she came over. My dad was still 2 years old. My tia was like 5 or 6 or something. They were very young. But my abuelita and my abuelito kind of knew that like they need to get out. They were very poor. And they had heard of America.
Right.
The United States, where you make money and you send it back.
Yeah.
And they were like, how do we provide? You know? I think that's everyone's desire is to just provide for their families. Like, just move up, just do the best that they can.
And I think also just like people always want hope.
Yeah.
And I feel like America, even in the crazy times like now, it always just represents hope. It represents like a new tomorrow.
It does.
And like I think that's why even like I think a lot of other countries sometimes will joke about America being, you know, chubby, dumb, whatever. But I think secretly everyone just like they have that love of the possibility. And
I think every country has something to offer.
Yeah.
You know, I rep El Salvador because that's my heritage, that's my background.
Yeah.
But I rep America too.
Yeah.
And I rep what I believe America is, which is like a mixture of so many different people creating the dream.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's not really like your business to tell me what the dream is. It's like our own. Like how do we develop? How do we be the best representation of this country?
Right.
Like I think about it like if it was like a business, why wouldn't you want different ideas, different things to come in here and be like, this is where it's at. This is like the hot spot here.
It's like the greatest human experiment, America, right? Like, you know, think about it, no other country really before America has been able to have so many different people from all around the world like really coexist together. And like now, like a lot of what we, with our government, whatever, it's like becoming the most progressive, hopefully can continue to be progressive. But yeah, just like, it wouldn't happen without all the different voices.
I definitely think that there are a lot of setbacks that are happening, like with, of course, like with the current political situation. But I think that with things like that are happening with the caravan, who are Central American, they're my people.
Right.
They're from a different country in Central America, but I feel like I know what they're going for. I know that they need to be helped. I know that they're trying to escape crime, poverty, the fear of being raped or killed. And it's a thing that I'm just so happy to be a representation of it, because my family came over undocumented. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I always talk about how my father came over and how my mother came over, and now they're all citizens now. So don't come looking for us. But it's a thing that I'm so proud because I'm like, who can be a better citizen and representation of your country than somebody who truly was the American dream? Yeah. You know, like, here we are. Like, my parents learned, they worked hard, they like try to hustle it so that their kid could do better. And here's their kid kind of creating content, who can speak in 2 languages, who can do the damn thing. So for me, that's what like my grandmother is, my physical connection to all that we are and all that we were and all that like we'll continue to be. You know? Wow. Yeah.
I think I met her briefly when she came into Tasty, but I wish I had more time with her.
Oh my God, I'm so happy you had limited time with her. She's insane.
I could tell she was a spitfire from that like a minute conversation.
She's crazy. Like I don't even know, like I go, you know, I'm here with my boyfriend, and she was like, ya te destripó la piñata, and destripó is like burst, like a starburst. Like if you know when you eat the star, you put a starburst in your mouth and you pop it, that sensation, destripar. It's like a burst, but like a juicy burst. Okay. And piñata is a piñata. Okay. You know, but she's asking me, did he pop your piñata, basically?
Oh,
and I was like, you're fucking disgusting. You know, yes, but still, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, but that's what I love about her, that she is just super like. And it's usually her that makes the dirty jokes first. Good. It's not me.
Yeah. Well, also there's that photo of her and like the 2 guys that are nude or whatever.
You need to pop that up right here, like the strippers. Yeah, like I'm like, go ahead, Gladys.
That's Gladys.
Get your 3 husbands. Yeah. Get you the jewelry. Get you 2 strippers. Nice. You know. Yeah. But yeah, I do worry though for a lot of people when they meet her in public. I'm like, I know how to almost like move this lava and move this volcano woman and move her into a space where she's something that people can like talk to and relate to. But I'm like, if you come talk to her, she's crazy. Okay. She literally like grabbed my boyfriend and was like, oh, like why are you chubby? I'm like, oh my God, rude. Like, so no filter. So rude. No filter.
I love that though.
But I'm always like, people are like, I met her, she was so sweet. I'm like, I'm so happy you met her for 30 seconds. That's enough time.
Got it. Okay, so I mean, we're kind of coming towards the end, so there's like a few kind of like last questions and stuff. But okay, biggest thing is like, so, and we've kind of touched on this stuff, but what inspires you the most in your work and in your life, and like what are you hoping in your life to accomplish?
My hope is to be, it's so funny because I feel like, I don't know if it's a Virgo thing or what, but Beyonce just put out her Beychella thing, right?
Yeah, so good.
And she was saying, and she quoted Nina Simone, and she was like, not Nina Simone, Maya Angelou. And she was saying that her hope is to be the best representative of the human race.
Yeah.
And I think about that myself. I hope to just be a good representative. I haven't always been the best person. I've done horrible things. I've done ugly things. You know, I was an addict for years. I'm like sober now for almost 4 years. Yay! But I think there's beauty in the way that the good Lord, the universe, Great Spirit, Allah, whatever you believe, I think that there is beauty in the way that we are created, and all of our flaws, and all of our goodness, and all of our beauty. I hope to just be a representation of that.
Yeah,
so
you
that,
are.
You know,
what do you mean hope? You already are.
You know, I hope that people remember that. I hope that like people put me on their binders. I don't know, back in the day we put people on our binders. I hope to be on murals. I hope to be a representation of what it means to be the son of undocumented people who are Central American, who happen to be queer, who like did the damn thing, you know? And in saying all of that, bringing people up with me, helping to change lives, being a part of everyone's journey so that people can be like, actually, like Curly fucked me before anybody else fucked with me. Because I know that people who fucked with me before anybody else did, they mean the world to me. And I hold them so close to me always. I hope to lift myself up to a certain level of respect, but I hope to bring a lot of people up with me.
That's good.
And I think that that is my ultimate dream, to be able to do both of those things simultaneously.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're already on your way, which is exciting, and I'm just like excited to see what happens more.
Thank you so much. I got deep.
Well,
I got deep over some lasagna.
If we don't have a deep conversation over food, like what's the point of this? This is what I want. You know. Okay, so this is the official DinnerViews guest book. You can see there's like stains from food, right?
I love it.
So every guest writes down a question for the following guest.
Oh wow! Okay.
So Kevin, who was on last week.
I love Kevin.
Yeah, he asked you a question. I will read it off, and then after we're done, you'll write a question for our next guest, which is Maya.
Oh, Maya, she's my little sister.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But okay, so Kevin's question for you is: if you were in the Hunger Games, what would be your weapon of choice, and how far would you get?
You know what's so funny is I always think about that same exact thing.
Oh yeah.
I think that my weapon, because I think like in the apocalypse, like what can I do? I'm like, oh my god, I'm so nice. I can't do anything. Who am I gonna kill? What am I gonna do? I think of, we carry cameras a lot, right? And have you ever carried a monopod with you?
Oh yeah.
There is this strength that when you feel when you hold this monopod, like you could just put a photo, like a Photoshop, ugly Photoshop, bing. There's just, you just want to like go and swing.
Yeah.
However, in an ideal world, I'd love to be like, which I realize is what Jennifer Lawrence's character does, but do like a bow and arrow like type thing.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I'd love
and
to
you can
like,
kill him from afar.
Yeah, I'd love to be like.
Yeah.
And be like, that's right, motherfuckers, that's right.
Yeah.
But I also want to, you know, if you get too close, I want to be able to like, wow, like getcha. So I think that would be my thing. There was a second
bow and arrow, is it the weapon of choice, and then how far would you get? Like how many days would you survive?
Not very far. I'm not a violent person. Like I'm super like not. I'm not aggressive, and I also feel like literally, like I always talk about, like if there was a zombie apocalypse, I'd be like, just eat me. I'm not gonna run for you for the next 30 years of my life. Yeah. Like I might as well be a zombie and fucking eat as many people as I want.
Yeah. Just enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Yeah. Who cares? Like why do I want to live in a fucking like Hunger Games type world where every year I'm like, like just do it, get it over with. Who cares? Here we are.
That's hilarious.
I do want to say that I would love to live in the Capitol though. What was it called?
The Capitol. It was called that.
Fashion. That's like literally like, I'm in. If I can live in the Hunger Games and be in the Capitol, I don't care.
Okay, cool. Okay, and then so then my last question to people always is, so if you could talk to like a 5-year-old Curly, a younger Curly, A, what would you say about the food that we had tonight, and then what would you say to him for like advice?
I would say, get ready this meal. If anything else goes wrong in life, if you get to this day, you will have a bomb-ass meal with a great person. That's what I would say. And you have so much fun. And if you, if I could give them any advice, it would be, hold on. You got this. You're gonna be okay. Like young gay kids, we have it hard. You know, we don't know what's happening. Yeah. We don't understand what's happening with our bodies. We don't understand who's gonna love us. We don't understand that we're gay. We don't understand that we're queer. We're like, ugh. And then we get into the queer world. We're like, why are queer people the way that they are? And so I'm like, just make it. Keep going. Yeah. Just make it at least for one more day. Get to the dinner. Get to this meal.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. Get to this meal, and you'll be fine. Imagine that was like, if you can get to this meal, that is like, it'll be great. Yeah. You know, so that's probably what I would say. Cool. Hold on tight, keep living, keep breathing. It's gonna be great. That lasagna is gonna be popping.
Good. Well, that was sweet. I'm a part of your 5-year-old journey forward.
Of course. Yeah. I appreciate you so much for having me. Like, I thanked you a bunch, and I'm just really thankful to be able to break bread with you, essentially. Yes. Yeah. Food is such a big deal for a lot of people.
Food says so much about a person, their past, their family, how they treat themselves, how they treat other people. Food is just, it's the universal language. It's something that it fuels us and fuels our communities. It's just so important. Yeah. And
There's also a thing in Latin culture when you ask your mother, you ask the person who cooked, like, oh my God, you say like, está tan rico, ¿cómo lo hiciste? ¿Qué le pusiste? ¿Qué le echaste? And which is like, what did you do? What did you put in? What did you? And usually the people always say, lo hice con mucho amor, which means like I did it with a lot of love. And so I felt the love. It was so good. And I thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
Thank you.
But okay, so your Instagram, and you post your own content, like stuff. It's the Curly V Show.
Yes, it's the Curly V Show. On Instagram, on YouTube, it's the Curly V Show as well.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can come find me and my grandmother on my Instagram, but you can also find us on YouTube. And I just post more vloggy stuff on my YouTube.
Amazing.
And then you can also find me and my beautiful castmates, my beautiful family over at Pero Like, where if you enjoy skits or you enjoy learning about Latinx culture, come find us.
Yeah. I was going to say from earlier on, but this is the perfect time to do it. So, you know, BuzzFeed has many branches, right? Yeah. Tasty is a branch of BuzzFeed. It is a shock to me that Pero Like isn't bigger, because it's like not a huge of the brands, but like, oh my God, I think that you guys put out the best content.
Thank you so much.
I'm scrolling randomly and like a sketch between like, I don't know, Maya and Lisa or you and Gadiel, whatever. It's like, they're so fucking funny.
Thank you so much.
They're so funny. Yeah. And like even though I don't necessarily relate with like, let's say specific things, I'm like, it's still me. Like, and it's so
I love
great.
That. Thank you so much. Thank
it's
you.
like, and it's like unsung. Like, I don't get why it's not.
We don't try. We're just naturally very funny
you're all
people. I think, and then we just play off of one another. And I think the dynamics of like our culture, where we come from, dealing with like a straight boy, Gadiel, who's from the hood, this queer boy who's from the city, Maya, who's a small town girl, Julissa, who's from Miami, like, and Claudia, who's also from the Midwest. Like, it's just a good mixture of like Latinidad. So what you get is what you see is what you get. Yeah. So thank you for watching though. Like, that's so nice.
I think I've literally seen like everything you guys have done.
Oh, good. I'm so excited that you do. There's plenty of great ones coming out.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, you know, you enjoyed the last hour while you were eating dinner alone at home. You were on the treadmill, meal prepping, whatever. You're hanging out with 2 new friends, right?
Yeah, and make sure you subscribe over here. Make sure you like, subscribe. And
yes. It's Matthew Francis on YouTube. Instagram is Matthew Francis J. And if you want to be a larger part of the show, whether like, you know, contribute like questions or whatever, you can go to the Patreon and support there. But no matter what, like, know that we are content creators, and it's part of our art and our life to keep putting stuff out, and we will always do that.
Support your favorite creators. Allow them to make the stuff that you allow into your home. Allow them to make the stuff that makes you happy. Make us you happy.
Because we want to put art that we're proud about, but we also want to make art that like makes other people happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So go on, make this lasagna, post the photo, tag us in the photos, show us. We want to see what's up. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be great.
Yes, and we'll see you next week with Maya.
Bye, Amy. Amy, right?
Amy is my mom, yeah.